Okay, here we go. So I'm outside, so you're going to hear some noises here and there. Here's the deal with this. I put the control in, and it sits here right along with the text. And what we need is some ability to pull the control down, and that would be to give it a bottom margin, actually a negative bottom margin. You can see I've got an image here. And if I look at the HTML code for the image, basically it has a class that I've assigned to it. I'm going to delete the image because I was using that just to play with it. Here's what you need to do. Over in your Project Manager pod, you can see I'm looking at my classic view. If I'm in global view, my CSS is commingled, my files here. I like to be in classic view because here my style sheets are separated out. If I right click my default CSS, that's the one I'm using, and I choose to view it, Windows Notepad should open. If I scroll down to the bottom, you can see I've added a subclass, a dog's barking there. I just called it lower button, right? So I did a dot, lower button, and then the leftward pointing curly brace or whatever, and I said margin bottom colon negative 25 pixels. I really wanted to exaggerate it so I'd see if it was working, right? So I have this class here I've defined. So you edit your CSS, and you add this code in. Dot lower button, all lowercase, and then the opening curly brace and margin dash bottom semicolon, or actually it's a colon, 25 or negative 25. That's the important piece. That's the secret sauce there. Negative 25. And you'll find that you may end up with like a negative 5 px for pixel value. And then we close it there. So I made those modifications to the CSS. Once that's done, you don't have to touch the CSS anymore unless you need to adjust where that margin is. So what I did then is over here in my topic, I clicked on my shortcut and I look at my HTML code. And anytime you have a control like that, you'll notice there is a section of code that is all green in color, begins with an object and ends with a slash object. And then there's another section of code, and this is the section I kind of call the workhorse section of the code. And this is what we need to make a change to, and this is what you'll have to do anytime you touch this topic from here forward. So I'm going to put my cursor right here after that closing double quote and type a space. I'm going to say class equals, and I'm going to type a double quote lower button and end with a double quote. And I believe that's all we need to do here. I'm going to click save. Now what you'll notice, and let me copy this so I don't have to type it out again. So I just copied it because I want you to see the minute you go to design view and then you come back into the HTML code, RoboHelp ever so helpfully strips that code away. So you'll have to put it back. And that's what you'll have to do each time that you open this topic to modify it. But now that I've made the modifications, if I generate my Microsoft HTML help here, click Save and Generate. This is a current project I'm working with, so it'll take it just a little while. Microsoft HTML help compiler is finished. Here's my shortcut test. And there you can see I pulled the shortcut way down. It's really exaggerated. So it does work, but the problem is, like here I've got the topic, this code is still in here. If I close it, it should do okay, but the minute that I open it again, and it comes into the editor, I select it, look at the HTML code, and did you hear the whoosh? It is gone. have to paste that back in again. And that's the part that you'll have to repeat if you ever make modifications to the topic where you open it in the editor. Anyway, I hope that helps you out. We'll talk to you later, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.